the elusive 3090, a veritable frame-crushing behemoth that is closer kin to unobtainium than to gamers' PCs. Should you choose to forge ahead on a quest to secure one, it will drain your wallet threefold the intended cost and eat away at that glorious bliss that comes upon those that see Cyberpunk played in 8K. So all is lost, and 3090s will only make their way to our FPS-thirsty machines in 2022 or beyond, right? Well, not quite. Let's find out what I did to get one of these at dangerously close to MSRP. Let me give you a hint. This 3090 here comes surrounded by cheap plastic and ketchup and mustard cables. That's right, folks. This graphical powerhouse comes wrapped up in an Alienware domicile. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't the total cost of getting an Alienware pre-built PC more than getting a 3090 by itself? Well, normally, yeah, it's double. But the going rate for 3090 these days is $3,000 or more, depending on where you look. Here in Doha, it's closer to $3,500, and the fully configured R11 that's sitting down there is $3,100 shipped. Now, the main goal here is to get this GPU for as close to launch pricing as possible, and for a reference 3090, that's $1,500. So let's run the numbers here. When you add up the individual components using PC Part Picker, you get a total without graphics card just shy of $1,500. That's with a 10900 KF, a Corsair 280mm AIO that was very competitively priced, a cheaper 10th gen capable motherboard with Wi-Fi 6, which happens to be the Asus ROG Strix B460, which is a pretty fantastic board. The same HyperX Fury 8GB 2933 MHz stick of RAM, and I mean stick. Singular. Now, I haven't cracked that thing open to see what storage solution they're using, but it is an NVMe 1TB, so I picked something kind of mid-range. Now, the case is tricky because there is nothing that even closely resembles this monstrosity. I went with the $100 H510i from NZXT. I also went with one of the cheaper 1000 watt power supplies available, which was a Seasonic. And man, the prices on PC Part Picker for power supplies are kind of outrageous now. To finish off the build, we do have to include a copy of Windows 10 because, well, that thing came with it. So take the target price of the 3090 and we will land right at $3,000. And just like that, you've got yourself a pretty decent PC. Well, it could use a boost in the RAM department, but other than that, it's a plug-and-play gateway to a 3090. So why Alienware? That's a great question and a simple answer. It was the only thing available when I decided to get it. There are other pre-builds out there, sure, but there usually is a significant amount of wait time for delivery, and the price typically tends to stray north of what Dell can offer. The real question, and the one that I will be spending quite a bit of time trying to figure out, is if Dell's 3090 is on par with other AIBs. Initial testing has put it close, regularly boosting to over 1800 MHz and staying relatively cool during benchmarks. Now, I'm not 100% certain, but I'm pretty sure this thing is just a rebranded MSI card. If you know differently, go ahead and leave it in the comments. Now, I'm going to be seeing if we can water cool this by taking a reference water block from EK, and we're going to see if it's going to fit on this plastic chunk of sadness so we could really unleash its potential. But before I can do that, I've got some investigating to do with the Aurora R11 and a few, we'll just call them concerns. Go ahead and subscribe and stay tuned for that video. Now, I won't bore you with a review of the R11, but instead leave you with this. Alienware's Aurora lineup is a simple and pretty affordable way of getting into the 3090 scene. If you don't mind the gaudy case and absolutely atrocious sound the fans make, or the custom BIOS and software they forced on your throat, it's not a half bad option. Yes, you will end up paying pretty much the same price as the scalped 3090s, but you'll be getting an entire system that is definitely plug and play. So if your 6700K just isn't cutting it anymore, you might want to give Alienware a look. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to go ahead and start tearing this thing apart, and I'll see you guys in the next one.